You're tuned in to Live at Lunch on KRFC, broadcasting from the Ginger Baker Studio in the Music District in lovely Old Town Fort Collins. Stream us on KRFCFM.org, watch Live at Lunch on KRFC RadioVision on YouTube, hit subscribe, or subscribe to our new Live at Lunch podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. Now, we are going to introduce this amazing duo. They're bringing this dynamic, vibrant folk mix to us. We're going to go ahead and give it up to the Troubles Braid.
Hello. Thanks, Kay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Bye bye, baby. It's a brand new world, and I can't be bothered today. I hear a warm white noise. I think it's your voice, but I can't make out a word you say. Got a hole in the head where I let in the sky. Everything, everywhere, all of the time. The water is rising, but I'm feeling fine. Everything, everywhere, all of the time. Oh, everything, everywhere, all of the time. Give me none of that now. These stories can't sell themselves without me. War in the air, and I'm straining to care. So just sit your lips to the top of the screen. I'll tune you in anytime. I will it up, please. How many millions died for me to be free? Step 1, hold your tongue and we'll pretend that you won. And you take the kids, leave infinity to me. I got a hole in the head where I let in the sky. Everything, everywhere, all of the time. The water is rising, but I'm feeling fine. Everything, everywhere, all of the time. Oh, everything, everywhere, all of the time. What does it matter if I'm unkind? I can see my friends every night at the same time. What does it matter if I'm untrue? What binds me to me? What binds me to you? To you, come on. Looks like a rose, but the petals are dying. Foam at the mouth, singing praise to the sky. Hold up your palm, watch the hours rolling by. Pattern still pending on a broken design. Bullets are sprouting from barbed wire vines. Got a hole in my head and an 8-track mind. The numbers are down, but we can still get high. On everything, everywhere, all of the time. On everything, everywhere, all of the time. Everything, everywhere, all of the time.
Just a line at a man, a lion's mouth. I am a neon tie inside a sloppy trout. I fell into a hole and now I can't get out. And God forgot my number. I am a siren song after the sun goes down. A dirty calling card left in your daddy's house. I was a sunny shiner who had screamed it out, but no one's coming home. Oh, hey. We are the punch-drunk party of our father's beef. An angry allegory bad enhance that food. We've got skin in the game and skin between their teeth. The pendulum's on fire. We are a pack of knives all spinning through the now. Aimless albatrosses on a crash course out. We are the dingy daughters of the king's bed mouth. We're dogs in his hot car. Oh, hey, God's away on holiday. Oh, no, we're finally on our own. Trout, wanna fill the hole and tango through the now. Dethrone the king's conundrum for a screaming crowd, and spent my blood like coins. Oh, hey, God's away on holiday. Oh, no, we're finally on our own. Ha! Oh, hey, God's away on holiday. Oh, no, we're finally on our own.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Troubles, Braids here on KRFC FM. So, hello.
We're so happy to be back.
Yeah.
We were on a morning show, I believe, last
We were in
time.
that room.
We were in a small room with acoustic guitars, and now we feel like we can stretch out and be weird and be a little more rock and roll.
Yeah.
Well, it was definitely rock and roll. I could definitely say that for sure. Now, I really love like just how you pair up together with your voices. That's one of the things I really enjoy just in those first two songs. And what were those names of those songs?
Yeah, so the first song is called Everything Everywhere. It's actually a song that's from a solo album I released a few years back under my name, Oliver Franklin.
Yeah.
The album's called The Last Man. And the second song is one by Emily over here, and it's called Lion's Mouth, and it's on our upcoming EP.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I was excited to hear is that not only do you have music that has been recently released, but you are in the process of creating more music.
Yeah.
So
We're excited.
We've got very hungry brains, and we really wanted to have a full length of material out. And so for us, I guess that just meant 2 4-song EPs and some singles.
Hungry brains, and we just really, really don't want to have too much money in our bank account. So
I feel like
we're making all the records.
life wouldn't be interesting enough if we had all that gig money.
What would
just
we
sitting
even
there.
do with it?
yeah. So how'd you come together? So you both are not from the area, from Colorado, right? You're kind of like myself, an implant here.
Yep.
And we're getting excited because there's just so much that's cool here in northern Colorado, and as well as in Fort Collins specifically. But where you guys come from?
Well, we met in Boulder. I'm from Seattle, Washington. Emily was in LA for a long time. And we met on OkCupid. And then after that, we were like, oh, but also we like songs. And so just kind of grew from there. We loved a lot of the same music and thought it'd be fun to take the show on the road since we're going to be playing songs together in the living room anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up doing like a ton of like, I don't know, I was really nerdy. So I did a ton of musical theater. I have a theater degree from USC in LA. And
All right.
yeah, I feel like I've always just been, I was a very like loud, obnoxious child. And I feel like it's weird that no one ever put a guitar in my hands, but here we are, you know, in our 30s doing that.
Well, that's one of the great things about like music. It's one of these things that it waits for you, no matter if you're 5 or 10 or 30 or 45. If you're stepping into it, it's ready. It's just waiting for you.
Yeah,
So.
it is not too late to start. If you're one of those people that are like, well, I'm already 40, just get the drumsticks, just do it.
Just do it.
And we love also, like, one thing that I feel like I'm always saying is that I love how, I mean, especially coming from LA, I love how the music scene in Colorado is not only vibrant, it's not as toxically youth obsessed, I would say. Like someone like Jillian Welch or David Rawlings or like, I don't know, so many people that you see perform at Planet Bluegrass and down in Denver are like just people who are really good musicians and who have something to say. And so that was really encouraging moving out here.
Yeah, absolutely. And so when it comes to like the name that you have, Troubles Braid, I was just like, does the Braids have troubles? Do the Troubles have braids?
That's the
like,
question.
You know,
Yeah,
so
we should
how
talk
we
about
have-
the name.
Yes.
Yeah, so Troubles Braids, we lifted from an old Tom Waits song. We're big Tom Waits fans, and it's a brilliant tune, but the vibe to the chorus is I pulled on Troubles Braids, and there was this like vibe of like mischief and like getting away with something and like doing
mischief
something you're
and
not
subversion.
supposed to.
Yeah.
And so we wanted something kind of cheeky and playful and impish.
Yeah. It's definitely a name that makes me that made me like stop and think, and then I like said it backwards and I said it forwards, and I was like, it's all amazing, you know.
Every now and then we're like, is this too chewy? Is this too much of a mouthful? But now we have 2 releases under that name. It's too late. We can't go back.
You can't go
we just
back.
have to commit and cross that Rubicon of syllables.
It's true. I feel like we need to get Oliver like a little clip-in braid because he doesn't have hair long enough to braid.
Well, I also think that we need an audio visual aid for when we're playing live that has it spelled out in like the American phonetic alphabet, International Phonetic Alphabet.
Right.
But
We actually do have a sign. We have like a little fake neon sign that has our name because people couldn't spell it for so long.
Really, they keep forgetting the apostrophe.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of S's.
Yes, I love it though. Well, so what would you like to play next? Where are you going to take us next on your musical journey?
yeah, we're going to do a couple more. This next one is one by yours truly. It's called Dopamine. This is one that's going to be on the new EP we're working on that features our full band. And then we'll do another tune called Precipice that's off of a little live single and B-side we released earlier in the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is Dopamine. Dopamine. Where can a man find that dopamine? I need it over and over, over and over again. I took a trip down to the Emerald Queen. Wasn't expecting such a ghastly scene. But I watched it over and over, over and over again. So push that little lever for that cocaine sugar water. I'll let you take everything, but that's my final offer. Oh, getting clean has been my drug of choice since I turned 13. I do it over and over, drunk till I'm sober again. Well, I guess that covers everything. Ain't burning out, we're letting freedom ring. We hear it over and over, over and
over again. There's an opening, those blessed seconds when the slate is clean. You think you got it in order, but then you done it again. So push that little lever for that cocaine sugar water. I'll let you take everything, but that's my final offer, and it's evergreen. It really does the trick, and that's what makes it sting. Do it over and over, over and over again. Dopamine. What else we got when times are slow and lean? Like they get over and over till we're in clover again.
Real pretty.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. This next song is it's actually also on our new EP. It's called Pilot Light.
No, it's not.
Oh wait, just kidding. It's called Precipice, and we released it already on a live single B-side that was recorded live at Stone Cottage.
I remember that.
Always hungry, never lonely, wasting away just to prove I'm holy. Always hungry, never lonely, coal mine collapsed, I'm just the canary.
So long, sailor, don't wait up. I got thoughts and prayers in the pickup truck. Fare thee well, love, fare thee well. I got love and light in the wishing well. Dancing at the precipice, ringing in this sinking ship. Like holes and glitter lips, hurricanes and a royal
Selfies with ice caps, crawling with mall rats. Selfies with senators, trying to tap dance.
Always hungry, never sober. Wake me in a year when the party's over. Dancing at the precipice, ringing in this sinking ship. Wildfires and fiscal tips shuffle into this abyss. Guess we'll know it's right on time. We'll ring that closing bell and dive into the brine. Always lonely, never hungry. What you gonna do with that pile of honey?
Always lonely, never hungry. Tell me what you did with that dirty money.
Lights out at the precipice, pucker up for one last kiss. Sleepwalking right off script, bon voyage boys, 'cause this is it. We just don't know when to quit.
Yeah, Precipice. Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, that is the one. I was like that. I'm listening to this song and I'm just like, first of all, you wrote it a while ago, and I was like, but it's how so relevant. I was like, it's so layered. I have to know about the writing experience behind this one. Tell us a little bit more about this.
Sure. Yeah. It started with that guitar riff, which I wrote a few years ago, actually, and I didn't know what to do with it. So I shared it with Annalie, who came up with great melody and a bunch of lyrics, and then we kind of just pieced it together from there with a little bit more like, what about this? What about that? Mm-hmm. So it's one of our more collaborative writing processes, and it was really fun. It feels like both of us are really in it.
Yeah, and I also feel like around the time of its writing, we had been talking a lot about how even though we are sometimes a band that deals with darker themes, we really want to kind of inhabit this space of dancing through the darkness and creating like a fun, cheeky place where people can find shared catharsis. I think that's one of the most special things about live music, that it can really do that. It's kind of like wizardry. And so, yeah, so many of the lyrics are like supposed to be a little bit funny or cheeky, but it is very much about the hellscape that is currently happening in America.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're all really living through it, and I think a sense of humor without turning away from things that are not for laughing at, that's like the nuance, that's the balance. So that's what we're trying to strike, is like, morale.
Yeah.
Morale needs to stay up. We got a lot of work to do.
Well, I could tell you that my morale was definitely lifted, and with that tambourine, that I felt like I was being hypnotized a little bit, yeah. And this is a song that is currently out.
Correct.
And tell us a little bit about where our audience might be able to listen to the song again, because again, you guys got some good hits.
Well, thank you. Yeah, so Precipice and all of our recorded music is out on all streaming platforms, so you can find us on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, all the ones.
Bandcamp, if you want to support.
If you want to support us,
Bandcamp.
Bandcamp.com, look up Trouble's Braids. And yeah, soon we'll have physical media, but in the meantime, yeah, we're on all streaming platforms. Am I missing anything?
No, I think that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, just really exciting. So what have been some musical inspirations that, through the years you've, either dabbled with, played with either a riff or like some sounds that they create? And then I also have to know the vocals. I was like, you got that growl in there. I was just like, that's very distinct and fun. So.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the growl probably came from my obsession with Bjork. My family is actually Swedish, and so I didn't realize that it was normal until I was listening to like a crazy NPR feature on Bjork years ago. I didn't realize it was normal for Scandinavian parents to just let their children wander in the forests alone all day. And so I think I spent a lot of weird time like Bjork, maybe wandering the forest singing to myself. But yeah, I'm also a huge fan of Big Thief and Adrienne Lenker's songwriting work. I think that they do such a special thing, which is kind of combine 90s grunge that almost feels like a little Nirvana-y at times, with a lot of just rad Americana and excellent lyrics, and I really aspire to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Big Thief is probably one of the biggest influences for us as a duo, just the interplay between two different songwriters. Yeah, and also we're I don't know, we listen to a lot of stuff. On the way up here, we were listening to Idols, and just we also really pretty raw leftist hardcore as well. So I don't know, finding the place where those fit their way into these acoustic instruments and just trying to span a big gulf perhaps between heavy music, intense music, and also just classic American songcraft. Yeah. It's kind of where we find the juice.
Well, the juice is definitely squeezing because when hearing that you're an Americana band, there's perception of Americana. What is Americana, right? And the way that y'all play with the dynamics of that, and like you said, that songwriting is definitely evident. How do you pick your instruments that you want to bring in and I would say complement and elevate the words that you craft?
I mean, kind of just use what we got, to some extent. We were mostly just doing acoustic guitars, and then when we started gigging more, realized it'd be nice to bring in more color. So this telly back here, this Telecaster, and a pedal board, gives us a little bit more dynamic and colorful range to play with. But as we're growing into having a full quartet as well,
that's right. Yeah.
we like. But like we grew up going to punk shows too, we also want stuff that hits. So yeah, I don't know. Mainly you just kind of start with where we're at. And then also I think, we both primarily play guitar. And so working within that parameter, I don't know, just it's idiomatic and it's where we feel at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like something I'm learning, like the more I do hand percussion when I'm not playing guitar, it's just how many fun textures you can create and how just having like a little bit of a clap or a little bit of a shaker or a tambourine really helps people like tap their toe, even if we're doing the duo iteration of our project and not the full band version. And so keeping that vibrant kind of dynamic energy behind even the duo representation is really important to us.
100%. And like, Kay, you were picking up on that too after Precipice. You were like, that tambourine, like that's where the party comes from. That's what it does. That's its job. It's definitely the party machine.
Oh. And like you said, like today, we're getting a snippet of the duo, right? The foundation. But you're adding to your group, or just adding some, like you said, you kept the fuller band. Tell us what they, what we might hear from your sound in the future.
Yeah, I mean, it's we're kind of discovering it right now, which is fun, and that's kind of what is most exciting to me about bringing new players on to your own songs, is like getting people that you trust that can surprise you, right? Like if I were to play all these instruments and lay it down, it would sound pretty stiff and homogenous. But when we get people that come from different places, that have different musical backgrounds, different personalities, we start to get way more vibrant ideas of what these arrangements can be. So there's like the drummer we're working with has a lot of great ideas for making unexpected grooves and not just like your kind of standard rock and roll 2 and 4 backbeats.
Yeah, gotta keep it interesting.
Awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's textural.
We had a song that we thought was going to go straight indie rock, and it ended. I think it's going to end up a little bit more like an early Pixies, like surf rock song, but like with a pretty like hard-hitting guitar part, and we're so excited that surprised us because we're working with this amazing drummer.
Yeah, so we're gonna find out. We're still in the discovery process, but we're hoping to kind of step out and like let it be more surprising and just see what other kind of textures and grooves that invites.
Yeah, just listening to y'all talk about your sound and the music, like hearing about music and textures. I mean, if you're a musician, you like textures, of course, textures, right? But if you're someone that is, you enjoy music, you might not necessarily be paying attention to that. And so I love that the way that you talk about your music. Yeah, of course you're going to make really amazing things, right?
We hope so.
So as we kind of get into our next couple of songs, we're going to go ahead and do a shout out to the crew, right? We love our crew here at KRFC. If it was not for them, this would not be a thing. So today, we have Eric and Greg, Colton back there. We got Everett, Reed, and Tabby, really kind of holding it down. And again, we love them so much because again, this amazing stuff doesn't happen without our amazing crew. So go ahead and give them a round of applause. We appreciate you. Keep staying awesome. So again, when it comes to your sound, I don't know what's coming next. Like really, which is part of the fun.
Keep you on your toes.
You do.
Yeah.
So.
Grunge folk.
Yeah. So let's see. We sang about the internet and late capitalism and addiction. So now let's do a love song.
Yeah.
How did I forget that song? The one that started all this trouble. We're gonna roll the tape back just a little bit. Something changed, I heard it then. The moment I stopped listening. Hum a line, I'll see if I can fake it. On my own, on my own. The words get mixed up like some game of telephone. Scrap of melody, a straight line through my history, and all the parts of me I ran right out of town. I think it's coming back to me, steady as a pilot light. I hear the tune but can't quite get it down. On my own, on my own. The phrase gets lost inside all of these overtones. Overtones, overtones. It's crazy just how quickly things get overgrown. Darling, when did you come in? I didn't hear the keys. I must have been off in the weeds. It's good to see you. Baby, you came back to me, steady as a pilot light. Let's take it from the top and run it down.
Play another one from our upcoming EP. This is called Drug of Choice.
I'm in a room full of sin and everyone looks like you. Hey, hey. Love is a vicious unraveling. Should I go or stay? I've flown too close to the sun. My axe wings melted onto my face. Am I still life of sorrow? Just a human strumming along another stupid song that I should learn to forget. Rip the strings from these frets, but I got mouths on my feet. Another ocean to eat, a different highway to creep. It's just beginning. My drug of choice is more This little voice means war. Without hitting the ground, my joy could swallow you whole. My body bigger than this sound. I'm nowhere bound. Comfortable drown. My drug of choice has always been more. This little voice means war.
Yeah, lovely. I love that. We are running a little, we have some more time for you all today. So if you would like to play like another song, we can play another song now. And then when we close out, you can add a song there. I think we'll have plenty of time. Do you have something that you would like to?
Oh, we do.
We have
We got two more. Yeah.
Okay.
You want to do Strange Weather and then close out with Diamonds?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Awesome. Let's go.
All right, this is called Strange Weather, and this is from our debut EP, The Big Tourist. Ever wonder why we never talk no more? I've been choking back the words since well before I knew what words were for. You've been filing your grievance daily in that southern drawl, writing cryptic little limericks in bathroom stalls. Strange weather systems in my mind. Sometimes try teaching rain to compromise. River, nothing stands against you. Kiss the bride, the water's fine. Ever wonder why we never get nowhere? I made a version of a living out of playing like I didn't care. Miss your stupid way with words, you heard me. I miss that drunken shore. The misadventure of our lives when we were young and vain and bored. Strange weather systems in my mind. Sometimes try teaching rain to compromise. River, nothing stands against you. kiss the bride. The water's fine. Just two bodies in pain, two stepping in the rain, two hands pressed together across the window pane. Strange weather systems in my mind. Sometimes I've never been one for goodbyes. Deep river, nothing stands against you. Kiss the bride. The water's fine. The water's fine.
Yeah, that's Oliver and Emily with Troubles Braids.
Oh, thank you.
So that is, again, another amazing song. And I love watching you two on stage together. You know, you just have this amazing dynamic. I'm curious. Yeah, I'm curious. How did the first gig go? Like, tell us a little bit about the first gig.
What was our first gig? Well, the first, I did a small solo set, and Emily was like contributing background vocals.
And I think a little bit of tambourine maybe at that point.
Mm-hmm. And that was great. That was really fun. I had been like mostly playing solo since I moved to Boulder, and it was really nice having another voice, another presence on stage, and not having to just like hold a room by myself, which is a lift sometimes.
And that was that Roots Music Project, which was awesome. They do so much for local music in Boulder County.
I mean, I'm guessing if I had to guess, just because this is how it is in every band I've been in, the first gig was probably pretty sweet at times and a train wreck at others.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like more than whatever, I can't remember what our first paying gig was, but I remember the first time that we went to an open mic night together, and I was in a really troubling relationship in my early 20s, and he told me that my singing voice wasn't good for pop and that I was too musical theater. And anyway, so you know, one of those mistakes that you make in your early 20s, and hopefully not again. But I got really in my head about my singing voice, and just I didn't think I was very good, and so I basically stopped singing for like maybe 15 years, 10 years. It was a long time. So I remember being so nervous to go to this like little brewery open mic and just sing backup harmonies for Oliver. But then it was great, and we fell more in love.
Yeah, totally. And I think we've done so many gigs since then. I feel like, we definitely have gotten very comfortable on stage with each other, and it's like very mutually supportive.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of feed off each other. If either one of us are feeling a little bit down or in our heads, it's like grounding to have someone on stage you trust.
Yeah. Trust is huge when you are building something beautiful.
It's crucial.
Together, you know?
Yeah, you gotta be able to relax.
Yeah, you know, I think relaxing is a good ideal, right? You know, sometimes.
Yeah, it's also like, it's funny, like building out a full band. One of my friends was joking with me via text that it's like we're dating to form like a quad or a throuple.
Yep.
Because it's like we didn't just want to throw in like a random drummer and a random bassist. We were like, okay, we need people who are really good, who can have our back, so that we can kind of go wild because we're the ones on the weird microphones.
Yeah, and also when you're building out a band, it's like, okay, who would I want to spend potentially 4 hours in a van with? Because like that's
while stinky,
while also smelly, hungry, in between gas stations. Like it's a thing. It's got to be the right crew.
You know, if we all ask ourselves that question just a little bit more.
I know, like when you're dating, like that should be like on your OkCupid profile.
Could I be stinky in a van with this person for the rest of my life?
For the rest of my life. And so when it comes to like being on stage, do you all have any like unspoken rules or rules between yourselves to kind of help the flow and the movement?
We are pretty big on like not letting the audience know if we miss something. We're not going to be like, oh, there we go again. You know, like just play through it, keep smiling, have fun, keep energy up. I don't know, what else?
I feel like, one thing that's kind of funny that we had to work on at the beginning was I felt like I had to keep reminding Oliver to look at me. I was like, hey, I don't know if you remember, but we are in love, and I think people like that.
Yeah.
But I'm shy.
I was like, please look at my face. I think it's cute.
I love that because you're like, am I shy? Just like, am I cute? You both are adorably bashful together, which is amazing. So if you would have a mascot on your team, and I know I'm taking this a little bit left field, but I thought it'd be kind of fun. Sure. You know, if you had a mascot,
we have a mascot.
Oh, you do?
Oh yeah, we do. Marla.
Well, we have our black Labrador mix, Marla. But I was gonna say, our first logo was designed by a dear friend of mine who's also an amazing tattoo artist, Crystal Bell. She's in California, and it was really important to me that we had a little creature that she custom designed for us with our first logo and like stickers and stuff.
Yeah, we do have
made.
a little bandit creature.
Yeah, we have a little creature.
I was also thinking that like if we were to have a mascot, it might be, I don't know if you remember from like when there were a bunch of anti-austerity protests in Greece in like the mid-teens, but there was this dog that would show up to all the protests, this little protest dog, I can't remember his name, and he would just run up to the line of riot cops and just bark, 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 bark. And that's my mascot.
That's awesome. We should all aspire to be that dog.
Right, bark, bark. So when someone comes out and sees one of your shows, and again, you have some shows coming up here, which is pretty exciting, like kind of all throughout Colorado. What do you want them to kind of take away with them? And of course, let us know about some of those shows coming up.
Yeah. Well, first off, as far as the shows themselves, before I forget, we're talking about the Roxy in Denver on March 28th, and that'll be our quartet, as well as April 10th at Trident Cafe and Booksellers in Boulder, and that'll be a fun Emily's birthday celebration
Happy
show,
birthday, Emily.
also with the quartet, and also to raise some funds for the finishing costs of this here record. So those are the ones we're really stoked about.
Doing a vinyl release, and then that actual release party / show is going to be June 13th at Roots Music Project, also in Boulder. So yeah, that's a little further up, but we're super excited about that one. We're performing with this other great band, Cat Plants. And we're at Troubles Braids Music on all the social medias like Instagram and stuff, if that's too many dates for you to write down.
Yeah.
As far as like what we want people to come away feeling after our shows, I don't know. I think there's like we want people to feel like a sort of joyful rebelliousness, perhaps.
Yes, joyful rebellious. I like that.
And to like be excited to be with the people they're with and to feel alive to the space that they're in.
Yeah. Well, as we kind of sign out for today, keep checking them out on the socials. Go ahead and give us that social tag again there for our friends.
It's at Troubles Braids Music or troublesbraidsmusic.com.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's get into some good trouble here, some trouble braids.
Let's do it. All right. This is a brand new one by Emily to close it out, and this is called Diamonds.
And if you want to play us another song after this song, you can. So, yeah.
Ooh, okay.
No.
Cause need makes liars of us all. Because I want your money. Because our lives are table stakes. Because I can't go to sleep at night. Because my body's a blowtorch. Because the devil's inside of my house. Because the game is playing us. And I'm ready to pounce. He had the hell inside of him. My heart's a lonely hunter. Black luck and bitter dreams again. I'm still adrift in hunger. I want his body beside me. I want his hair inside of my teeth. My home's a lonely highway. I'm aching for the sea. It's a little bit funny. It's a little bit sad. It's a little uneasy. A little bit madness. It's a little amusing. A little bit terrifying. It's a little uncanny. A little bit death-defying. I drank up 5 tsunamis, but when his eyes are on me, I cakewalk to his army. They say that I'm a solution, always looking for problems. Half saint, half trash, half typical. Got some on my throat. It's a little bit funny. It's a little bit sad. It's a little uneasy. A little bit madness. It's a little amusing. A little bit terrifying. It's a little uncanny. A little bit mystifying. Oh, 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 oh. They say that pressure makes diamonds, so why is my body made of coal? They say that pressure makes diamonds, so why is my body made of coal? They say that pressure makes diamonds, so why is my body made of coal? They say that pressure makes diamonds, so why is my body? We're gonna do an acoustic version of a synth song that Oliver has on a solo album.
After the war, I let the enemy in, and I kissed him on the lips and said, "Welcome, friend." We kicked off our boots, we stood in the door for a spell. He said, "Don't you even ask me where I've been." It takes a lot to hunt my shadow around the world. I need a breather now and then, yeah. After the war, things finally quieted down. We were drooling for the next one to begin. We'll fight it 50 different ways. We'll wonder where we got it wrong. We'll ride the wheel like it's the only thing that pays. We'll keep holding on, we'll hold on, we'll hold on. After the war, we all got bored. After the war, after the war, I let the enemy in, with victory running thickly down his chin. Took in the view, gave both of our lawyers a call. We struck a match and notified our next of kin. We'll fight it 50 different ways. We'll wonder where we got it wrong. We'll ride the wheel like it's the only thing that pays. We'll keep holding on, hold on, we'll hold on. Hold on, hold on. It takes a lot to hunt my shadow around the world. I need a breather now and then, yeah. After the war, we all got bored. After war, after the war, after the war, we all got bored. After the war, after the war.